Howdy, howdy. First of all, I'm going to make this statement. Love wins. If you can get to the point where you can, at least theoretically, start to begin to accept that love wins, you begin to see all kinds of opportunities, all kinds of avenues, all kinds of synchronicities will begin to open up. Issues, situations that you thought were absolutely intractable will begin to melt away when you begin to see and operate from the paradigm, from the consciousness that love wins. There is nothing more powerful than love. Hands down, it is the number one greatest motivation on the planet. Love. It trumps fear. It trumps self-preservation. Love. No, there's nothing more powerful than love. This is Bhakti. You've been, I'm sure, you've heard of all types of yoga practices, processes, with all kinds of names. This yoga, that yoga, jnana, kriya, karma, ashtanga, so many different types of, and then all the other commercial names given to yoga. Essentially, there are three types of yoga. They all fall under three basic types of yoga, all these different types of yogas. Jnana, karma, and bhakti, essentially. Some say kriya is the common denominator between all three. So be it. But basically, all yoga comes down to these three different types of yoga. Jnana, karma, and bhakti. And then you are taught that you have to choose, oh, this yoga is good for me, that yoga is good for me, this yoga is good for me. Go back and look up the video I did on yoga, just yoga, not a particular type, just yoga itself. Go back, watch that video. It's about 10 or 15 minutes, then come back here, because that's going to give you the context necessary to carry on from here. Jnana yoga, think of it this way. You have jnana, karma, and bhakti. Jnana yoga, jnana deals with the intellect. Karma deals with the physical body. Bhakti deals with the heart. So you have jnana, karma, bhakti yogas. Head, body, heart. You can easily understand that if something is wrong with your physical body, you are at a disadvantage, right? Even if your heart is good, intellect is fine, the body is debilitated, so there is some disadvantage. Body is good, heart is good, but the intellect is going through some issues. You're disadvantaged. Heart is good, body is fantastic. The intellect is good, the body is fine, but the heart is rotten. You're at a disadvantage. So it is not that karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga are three different types of yoga that you have to find out which one works best for you. That's what you've been hearing. I can almost guarantee, put money on the fact that that's how you have been taught or been presented of these different types of yoga. Oh, find the yoga that suits your nature. Wrong. That is absolutely wrong. All yogas fall under these basic three. And these three yogas all have to be lived, practiced together. We have to mature in all three of them, not one or the other. To do so leaves us at a disadvantage. Now let's go back to talking about love, bhakti, the heart. Karma is the what? Karma is the physical body, right? In this example, this metaphor, if you will. Karma is the what? To do. The what? Jnana is the how, the intellect, the how to live, the how to do all these things, how to go through life. Bhakti is the why, the heart, the motivation. That's what bhakti is. And love is the greatest motivation. So it's not that you do one process of yoga or the other, but it does, you have to do all three, but it does, you must start with bhakti. You must start with identifying why. That is absolutely essential. When you identify why, you unlock the power of bhakti. You unlock the power of that motivation that is love. So we start with bhakti, that wonderful, wonderful book. I advise you to get it. It's a book on management and leadership, but it is as much a book on spiritual development, personal spiritual development, personal spiritual realization, personal and spiritual growth, as it is a book on leadership and management. It's a book called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. I highly recommend you get that book, read it from cover to cover every year. As a book on spirituality, that's how you should read that book. Fine, it's wonderful for management as well. You get a lot of benefit from it. But that is more a book to help you see yourself, understand yourself, explore who you are, explore your why, and it will begin to unlock, it will begin to reveal the power of bhakti, the power of love. Now, another thing we have to also go into. I used to, those of you who may have been following me for decades now, I always say there's bhakti and then there's love, right? The love that we talk about is, hanging off the side of a boat, singing love songs to the icebergs. That's the love that we've been presented with, right? The love, dancing in the rain in the Bollywood movies and singing it to icebergs in the Hollywood movies. That's love. And I always say, or used to say, that's different from and distinct from bhakti. I'm talking about bhakti. I'm telling you about bhakti. I'm telling you about getting into, that's the why. That is when I say bhakti always wins. But I've come to a realization that a better way of describing love versus bhakti, or love versus bhakti, is to describe to you this image of love, of hanging off the side of the Titanic and singing songs, is actually how that is not love. That is actually attachment. All of the ideas we have of love that's been fed to us from media, from pop culture, and so on and so forth, they're actually describing attachment. It is a perfect definition of attachment that we would find raga, that we would find in Bhagavad Gita. Understanding that our collective definition of love is actually attachment, that'll give you the understanding of what you need to do to move from attachment to love. So love and bhakti are synonymous. For the rest of this video and for future videos you may listen to, love and bhakti are synonymous. What we're used to describing as love is actually attachment. And attachment kills love. Attachment is the worst thing for the manifestation of love. That's why Krishna constantly talks about in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, become detached, become detached, become detached, become detached. Arjuna said, what do you mean? I should be aloof? No. Krishna did not say become aloof, because Krishna is saying bhakti, bhakti, bhakti. From chapter 7 onwards, throughout the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying love, love, love. Start with love, start with love, start with bhakti. Love wins. But Arjuna was listening to Krishna say love, 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 bhakti, bhakti, bhakti. And he kept hearing attachment, 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 attachment. And he couldn't disassociate the two. That's what you have to do. You have to come to recognize that attachments, your attachment, the attachments you have are getting in the way of you manifesting, living, being love. You have to learn to remove, to purify your relationships. Your relationships with yourself has to be purified of attachments. The relationships you have with others around you have to be purified of attachments. And the wonderful thing is that Bhakti Lata Beach, the seed of love it's called, exists within each and every one of us. So you have the seed of love within you. It is a natural part of who you are. Just like water is wet, you, the spirit being, are capable of bhakti, are the very nature of bhakti, of love. Your capacity to manifest it has been curtailed by attachments. Yes. Every single child, every healthy child is born with the innate ability to walk and run. Similarly, you have within you the innate natural ability to love, to be love, to manifest love, to exist in love, to exude love, to choose love. It is a natural state that you possess. The problem are your attachments. The process of bhakti yoga, the process of jnana yoga, the process of karma yoga is how to purify attachments. So bhakti yoga is recognizing that love wins. Love is who you are. Love is all the power you need to be, to create, to do anything you want to do. Jnana yoga gives you the how. Karma yoga gives you the what to do. Bhakti yoga gives you why. Jnana yoga gives you how, and karma yoga gives you what. all three of these together. However, you must start with love. You must start with why. You must start with bhakti. That underpins everything. Everything. Hari Hari. Oh, don't forget to, just a quick reminder, join us for our Sunday morning 9 a.m. Live satsang. Sunday morning 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Sunday here on YouTube. Hari Hari.